Hey traders, Siam here. I just thought I'd make a quick video because I see a bunch of people in the group losing their nerve a bit when it comes to cryptos, that is. And I think one of the things I say all of the time is that emotional control with investing is so important, and the markets will rattle you silly if you let it. So nothing has actually changed. Literally nothing has changed. I'm still massively bullish from when looking at the fundamentals, but looking at the technicals, still a bit of a shit show. Things are not over. So if we have a look at Bitcoin here. So this is the daily chart. We had this level here at 40.41, which I said, is a very important level, and that, if it were to break up and then keep on going up, then I'd probably try and get back in on a Kobo. However, it has bounced off here for the time being. Now, where it will bounce back down to, I don't care. I don't know how low it will go. I mean, it could go down here. The honest answer is I don't know, and I don't really care. And the reason being is that I'm obviously not getting back into Bitcoin. I'm getting back into the alts. And all it needs to do is have even a tiny bit of a rejection or a bounce back for alts to start selling off. Now, this is what I said last week, or in fact even on Monday during the trading pub. And that's what's happened. We've had a little rejection from this level here. So it's only from sort of 41 all the way down to 39.5. 39, sorry, where we are right now. And what we've seen is alts start to sell off a lot faster. So which is exactly what I've been expecting. And when looking at other alts, it's still very bearish. So I'm only going to look at some of the big ones. By the way, apologies for my nose. I feel a bit bunged up today simply because of the hay fever. So if we look at some of the main ones, so Aave, again, looking very bearish. Sorry about all the doodles. If we just get some of these doodles. Look at this. Still dead cat bouncing along the way. Ultimately, yes, it's in a bit of... Oopsie. It is in a bit of a sort of a downwards pincer, or some form of downwards compression. And therefore, we should get movement to the upside, at some point. Maybe even, a bounce off the 280. So I'm actually in Aave already. I must have got triggered earlier. So I'm already in by the looks of it. I'm looking at my phone here. So that's Aave. Looking at ADA again. People really got scared with Aave. With ADA. We've had that compression that fell through, a little bounce, but again, I see another bounce, probably back, at least back down to 143. So am I in ADA? I'm not. I've got my order set for 121 for a breakdown here. I may have to re-look at that. The reason why I set it down here at 121 is because of this sort of head and shoulders thing. I mean, if it breaks below here, we're going to see a move back down to here. So I may adjust that, may not. I'm going to keep an eye on it. So we then got Binance. Again, it's really attacking this level. So I actually think it's going to be punching back down here, so we'll see movements back down to 300, I reckon. Am I in Binance? No, I've got my entry order for 281, so which is down here. So that's that. Bitcoin, again, I don't care. Could come back down to 36. Doesn't matter. Alts, the effect of just moving down here is going to spook alts. Again, when you're looking at all these other alts, we've got head and shoulders, and also compressions. So this week is going to be interesting because we've got we're getting towards the apex in a lot of these compressions. Now ultimately I do want to get in crypto. I want to get back in my full load and then just be done with it. Dot, that had a little run up to 25, spooked a few people. We got a bit of a Kobo in here. So with Dot, I actually think I'll probably get back in pretty soon. If we have a look, I think this could just be a Kobo. What you'll see is that some alts will start departing from the Bitcoin sort of movements, and I think Dot will probably be one of them. Perhaps if we were to draw this line a bit clearer, we haven't had a proper Kobo yet because the line is actually something like this. So it broke out. We could have a bit more. Mind you, it's moved down quite fast. I'd like to get him back around sort of 22ish. or even back down here. If we get back down here, this is a massive buying signal around sort of 2021, because you then have a confluence of support. This support, and also this support, and also the big number support. So yeah, down here is great. So far my dot order is 1621, which is down here. That's a bit of a low ball. I think I'll probably move that up to around here. So that's that. Ether, I'm not buying Ether, but again, same sort of shizzle. Any big ones? Gas, yeah, I'm already in that. Any other big ones? Zcash, I guess, is another one. Yeah, they're all in squeezes, so we've probably got a bit more movement down. And Solana, sorry, that's a big play for me. So not in Solana, however, if it makes it, it's what have got Solana 28.21 down here. Yeah, again, we've got a very double top, some sort of topping pattern, perhaps, and also it's bounced off this trend line. Oh no, it's attacking this trend line. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna stay out for the moment, and then yeah. So that's it. Again, I'm not worried. I'm sat calmly on the sidelines for most of it, and it's just still very, very bearish. We're not out of the woods yet. Also, I see I've had a few questions about Bitcoin longs and shorts and how that works. So what I've done, most leverage trading is done by Bitfinex these days, and so this is a very good example of Bitcoin longs and shorts. So this is how you decipher it. So this number basically shows you the total amount of Bitcoin that is going long via leverage. So we've got roughly 48,000 Bitcoins worth of longs here. So yeah, and also these patterns still apply even with these things here. So if I was to look at a pattern, looking at the Bitcoin longs, like we should see, we've got a bit of a rise in compression here, which I find quite funny. And so movement should down here. Now, not that this matters. The thing that actually matters is the difference between longs and shorts. So what this basically means is that we had lots of leverage longs around early June, which is why if you were to then compare, if we were to overlay Bitcoin, here we go. Yeah, so we had a bit of a rally up here, and then we had so when we have sort of rally in the Bitcoin longs, you should see a rally in Bitcoin price. However, we're missing one variable here, which is also the Bitcoin shorts. Now, this is where it gets interesting. This is where it gets very interesting. Let's get rid of this, because we've had unprecedented amount of Bitcoin shorts to the tune of 25,000. A better website to actually look at this a lot easier is datamish.com. If you zoom out to the year, so a year's worth of data, this is a lot easier to see. So this is the Bitcoin price, these are the Bitcoin longs, and these are the Bitcoin shorts. We've never, ever, ever had so much shorting with Bitcoin. Now, what you'll find is that the shorts will never be more than the longs, but it's the cadence. So you can't just go, oh yeah, there's more Bitcoin longs, so therefore it's up. It's the relationship between. It's like the divergences and convergences between the two. So if we look over here, down here, where Bitcoin shorts were pretty flat, Bitcoin longs went up. So you sort of had a divergence between the two. Guess what? Price goes up because you then have an explosion of net longs, or just an influx of more net longs, and therefore price goes up. And then guess what? When you have a convergence, so the net longs are tailing off, where the shorts have been pretty consistent around here. Guess what happened? You had price go down. Now what we've had right now is an explosion, literally explosion of Bitcoin shorts. So most of the move that we've seen with Bitcoin recently has been reactionary news. A whole bunch of shorts got liquidated. We've had that regulator announcement, etc. So this wasn't really anything. This was more of a reactionary pump. It wasn't really a sustained pump, and therefore we should see it. It's a bit overextended, to be honest. So we should have at least a 50% pullback. So, move back down to 38, easy. And so before, I think we're not going to have a V reversal. I don't see that happening. I think we're going to have a nice little bottoming out and then start to take off. And so if we were to look at the Bitcoin shorts, it's just nuts. It's absolutely nuts. So yeah, this is why I see a bit more falling with Bitcoin. That's why I'm reluctant to move up my entry orders just yet, but I will be monitoring it a bit closer. And yeah, as we can see here, we should have probably one more dip down and then time to hold on for upwards movement. So hopefully that makes sense. And this is it. Right. Hold on to your hats, folks. See you soon.